Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Jury's World. Today I am going to give you the summary of the chapter, but this is from your snapshot. And these chapters will come in your second term, written by A.J. Cronin. In this script from the Citadel, Andrew Manson, newly out of medical school, had just begun his medical practice as an assistant to Dr. Edward Weiss in a small Welsh mining town of Ballinalee. As he is returning from a disappointing evening with Kristen, the girl he loves, he is met by Joe Morgan. Joe and his wife, who has been married nearly 20 years, are expecting their first child. It was nearly midnight when Andrew reached home and he found Joe Morgan waiting for him. Joe was a driller. Joe and his wife were married nearly 20 years ago, and his wife was expecting her first child. She needed medical help before time, and together they set out for 12 Belena Terrace. Joe stood outside, but the doctor went inside a small bedroom, lit only by an oil lamp. Mrs. Morgan's mother was a tall, gray-haired woman of nearly 70. She was she and the midwife were standing beside the patient. And you decided to remain there until everything was over and the case would demand all his attention. His thoughts were heavy and confused. He thought of all those marriages which were dismal failures. And his thoughts were filled with Kristen, the girl he loved. An hour first, it was a long and hard struggle. At last the child was born, but he was lifeless. And you gaze at the lifeless child. A shiver of horror passed over him. He was torn between his two emotions. He wanted to save the child, and he had to save the mother also. The dilemma was really urgent, and instinctively he gave the birth, gave the child to the newborn child to the nurse. He turned his attention to Shoshan Morgan. She lay collapsed, almost pulseless. Her strength was ebbing. The doctor injected the medicine, and after a few minutes of feverish efforts, Shoshan's heart strengthened. She was out of danger now, and he could safely leave her now. Where is the child? Asked Andrew. The midwife made a frightened gesture. She had placed it beneath the bed. The doctor pulled out the child from among the newspapers. He was a boy, perfectly formed. The limp, warm body was white and soft. The limbs seemed boneless, and the whiteness meant only on things, one thing, that is lack of oxygen. The unconscious condition was caused by the lack of oxygen in the blood. The skin was pale, the pulse was weak. And you labored in vain for half an hour. He still persisted in one last effort. He wrapped the child with a rough towel. He went on crushing and releasing the little chest with both his hands. He was trying to get breath into that limp body. Then a miracle took place. A pygmy chest gave a short heave. The doctor redoubled his effort feverishly. The child was gasping now, deeper and deeper. His skin was slowly turning pink, and then finally came the child's cry. The nurse shouted in joy, it's come alive. Andrew handed her the child. He went downstairs. Outside, he found Joe standing on the pavement. He had a tense but expectant face. The doctor disclosed that everything was fine. Joe was relieved to know that both the mother and the child were safe and sound. So, the birth. The writer describes how Andrew Manson, a young doctor, made frantic efforts to save nearly a stillborn child. It was a miracle. His tireless efforts succeeded in saving both the mother as well as the child. The lesson describes all the first attempts made by the doctor to give a new lease of life to the newborn baby. So, this is all about the chapter birth. Hope you have understood the chapter. If you like my video, do like, share and subscribe. Thank you.